Hello, how are you doing? Yes, we are proceeding. We are not relaxing. Right now, we are going to have a look at adding comments, tracking documents, changes, reviewing tracked changes, emailing documents for reviewing, combining reviewed documents, using the document inspector, creating folders.
Groups of people often work together to create and maintain documents. In this chapter, you will learn how to edit documents in a collaborative environment, such as adding comments, tracking changes, reviewing changes, emailing documents for review, combining documents, using the document inspector, and working with folders. During this chapter, 4 employees will be working on the in-house company newsletter, The Great Escapes Gazette. The newsletter has been opened by Sarah. Word offers several tools to help coordinate the development of documents that are created and modified by more than one person. Most of these tools are located on the Review tab. Let's take a look. Now, take a moment to learn about each group on the Review tab. Sarah has been asked to review this newsletter. She will start by adding a comment and later edit parts of the document using tracked changes. A comment is a note attached to a text selection or a document component. The contents of the note appear in a balloon when the document is in print layout or web layout view. Comments are helpful when you want to communicate with other authors about a part of the document. The comment text is not visible when the document is printed unless you want it to be. The first steps are to select the text that will contain the comment and then use the New Comment button. Word has added brackets around the text that will contain the comment. The comment balloon in the markup area of the document is used to enter the text for the comment. Notice that the comment already includes the name of the current author of the document. Now type the comment text. If you don't like typing inside the small balloon, you can enter comments and tracked changes into the reviewing pane. This pane is automatically opened when you add comments while in Draft View, or you can open it using the Reviewing Pane button. Let's take a look. This pane enables you to view, edit, and enter comments and tracked changes. For example, to add another comment, you would select the text in the document, click the New Comment button, and then type the comment inside the reviewing pane. Let's use the reviewing pane to add a question mark at the end of the comment text. In this example, you will work with comments and tracked changes in the document. Clicking the Reviewing Pane button again closes the pane. Once a comment has been inserted, you can right-click it to access its shortcut menu. The shortcut menu offers commands for editing the comment text or deleting the comment. The comment group on the Review tab also offers tools to work with comments. To view more information about a comment, you can move the mouse pointer over the bracketed text. Moving the mouse pointer away from the text removes the information display. Try this now. In addition to adding comments, reviewers can edit information directly in the document. Word offers the option to track the changes that are made. Tracked changes appear in a special format. They can be viewed by others and then either accepted or rejected. This feature is particularly useful when you need approval from another author before making a permanent change to the document. The first step is to turn on the tracking feature. You can do this by clicking the top section of the Track Changes button. Clicking the Track Changes arrow opens a menu of additional options. Notice that the Track Changes now appears shaded. This indicates that the tracking feature is on and that all changes will be tracked in the document. Another way to see if the tracking feature is on or off is to add the Track Changes indicator. This tells you that all changes will be tracked in the document. Let's add this indicator. The word picture in the second column needs to be edited. As you type, notice how the change is displayed. Good. The inserted word is underlined and the deleted word appears with a line through it. The vertical bar on the left side of the paragraph indicates a tracked change. You can view information about each tracked change by moving the mouse pointer over it. For example, the name of the person making the change and the date and time are provided.
By default, the changes made by Sarah appear in blue. If another reviewer makes changes to the document, those changes will appear in a different color. The screen tip will also display the name of the person who made the change. For your convenience, this document will be edited so that it includes another change by Jeremy and 2 changes by Sarah. Assume that Jeremy posted the document on the company intranet where Sarah was able to access it. Sarah's tracked changes appear in blue. Notice that shading was added to the first words in the first paragraph. This formatting change is described in the balloon in the right margin. Jeremy also responded to Sarah's comment by inserting a reply comment.
You can also view tracked changes using the reviewing pane, which you worked with when adding comments. Let's open the reviewing pane. The changes in comments are listed in the order they appear in the document. Notice that the descriptions are color-coded by reviewer. Now close the reviewing pane. After tracked changes are made to a document, the next step is to review them. When you review a document with tracked changes, you choose whether to accept or reject each change. The Changes group contains buttons for viewing, accepting, and rejecting tracked changes. The first step is to select a tracked change to work with. A quick way to do this is by using the Next button in the Changes group. The change in the first paragraph is now highlighted. Let's accept this formatting change. The Accept button consists of 2 parts. Clicking the top section accepts the change and then moves to the next change. Clicking the lower section with the arrow displays a menu of additional options. The tracked change balloon has been removed from the markup area, indicating that the change has been incorporated into the document. Let's skip the next change and reject the changes made to the word venue in the last column. Note that 2 changes need to be rejected: the deleted word venue and the inserted word location. Instead of using the Review tab, let's use the shortcut menu associated with each change. Good. Now let's accept the rest of the changes. A quick way to accept all the remaining changes is to use the Accept menu on the Accept button.
Now that the 2 comments are no longer necessary, they can be deleted. To do this, you can use the Next button in the Comments group to access the first comment and then use the Delete button. Let's start by accessing the first comment.
Good. The first comment is now selected. Clicking the Delete button in the Comments group will delete just this comment. To delete all comments at once, you can use the Delete menu. Let's delete both comments at once. The document no longer contains tracked changes. To turn off the tracking feature, you can click the Track Changes button again in the Review tab, or just click the indicator on the status bar. Let's turn off tracked changes and then save the document. In this example, Jeremy and Sarah both made changes to the same document. Another way to collaborate on a document is to send a copy of the document to each reviewer. Each document is revised and saved using a unique file name. After the documents have been revised and saved, the changes from all documents can be combined into one document.
Let's send copies of the newsletter to 2 other employees via email. Maria and Todd will each edit a copy of the document. The Share commands on the File menu offer options for sending documents. Send using email lets you send documents via email. You can send the document as an attachment in an email, as a link, as a PDF document, or as an XPS document. Choose the desired option and you will find the document attached in your email. Simply specify the receiver's email ID and hit the Send button to share the document.
Microsoft Outlook's message window is now displayed. Word automatically filled in the subject and attachment. The next step is to enter the email addresses of the recipients. You may also add a message body. For your convenience, the recipients will be entered and the message body entered. The message instructs the recipients to save the revised document using a unique file name. Now let's send the message.
The message has been sent to Maria and Todd. Now let's assume that both employees have made changes, saved the documents using unique file names, and returned the documents. The 2 files have been saved in Sarah's Documents folder.
Word offers several ways to combine the changes from multiple documents into one document. One way is by using the Compare tool on the Review tab. Let's take a look. The Compare option enables you to compare the differences between 2 documents. The Combine option actually combines the changes from multiple documents into one document. In this example, you want the Combine option. The Combine Documents dialog box is used to select a document to combine with an original document. The differences between the documents will appear as tracked changes, which can then be accepted or rejected.
Neither document has to be currently opened to use the Combine Documents feature. In this example, the original document is already opened. Start by selecting the original document, Great Escapes Gazette. The next step is to select the revised document. Let's start with Maria's document. The original document list and the revised document list contain only documents that have been opened recently. To access Maria's document, you can use the Browse button. The contents of Sarah's Documents folder will then be displayed by default.
Good. The More button in the dialog box displays additional options for combining documents. Let's take a look. The Comparison Settings section specifies which parts of the document will be compared and combined. Right now, all document parts are selected. If, for example, you did not want formatting changes from the revised document to be combined, you would clear the formatting checkbox.
The three Show Changes in options in the lower right section of the dialog box enable you to specify which document will contain the changes. The Original Document option is currently selected. The Original Document option takes the changes from Maria's document and inserts them as tracked changes in the original Great Escapes Gazette document. Selecting the Revised Document option produces the opposite effect. Any differences in the original document will show up as tracked changes in Maria's document. The New Document option creates a new document and shows changes in the revised document as tracked changes. Let's keep the Original Document option selected. The Revisions pane on the left lists Maria's changes. The combined document in the center of the window shows the original document with Maria's tracked changes. You can scroll through the Revisions pane or the Documents window to view the proposed changes. The next step is to use the Combine Documents dialog box again to combine the changes from Todd's document. The steps are the same as the ones you just performed. For your convenience, these steps will be completed. Now you can see Todd's changes in the Revisions pane, along with Maria's. These changes also appear in the Combined Documents pane.
The last step is to accept or reject the tracked changes. In this case, all of the changes look good, so let's accept all of them.
Good. The two revised documents have been successfully combined into the original newsletter, which is contained in the Combined Documents pane. Now save the Great Escapes Gazette document. For your convenience, the Revisions pane will be closed. The Great Escapes Gazette is just about ready for publication. Before making any document available for general readership, You should ensure that the document does not contain any extraneous or confidential information. To do this, you can use Word's Document Inspector. The Prepare for Sharing options, available under the Info section of the File menu, contains the Document Inspector. Let's take a look. Here you see several options for finishing your documents. For example, the Check Compatibility option checks your documents for features that may not work properly in previous versions of Word. Selecting the Inspect Document option opens the Document Inspector.
The Document Inspector can analyze different components of your document. By default, all are selected. If you don't want a component to be inspected, you can clear its checkbox. In this case, let's inspect all components. You now see the results of the inspection. All but one component passed inspection. The exclamation mark next to Document Properties and Personal Information indicates that there may be personal or confidential information in the document properties.
You can remove the confidential information by clicking the Remove button. Close the Document Inspector now. The Document Inspector flagged the properties as containing personal information because the author's name is listed. Some companies prefer to keep the name of the document author confidential, but in this example it is acceptable.
A new issue of the Great Escapes Gazette will be published every month. It will be helpful to store all the newsletters in one folder. Word enables you to create new folders using the Save As dialog box or the Open dialog box. Let's rename this newsletter Gazette April and store it in a new folder. Start by opening the Save As dialog box. The New Folder button is located on the command bar. This button opens the New Folder dialog box, where you can create a new folder within the existing folder. Now you can enter a descriptive name for the folder. Word automatically opens the new folder, so you can save the document in it. Now enter the new file name in the File Name list box, and then save the document. Good! Now all future issues of the newsletter can be stored in the Gazettes folder. In this chapter, you learned how to edit documents in a collaborative environment by adding comments, tracking changes, reviewing changes, emailing documents for review, combining documents, using the Document Inspector, and working with folders.